But yeah, when I woke up, it was the weirdest shit because I felt like that right now, but it just was like white, like all white. And then it started to get like pixelated, like when the old school TV, black and white, static, channel when you do the aux cord back in the day, like
when you're waking up.
Yeah,
probably because your eyes are shut for so long. All your pupils are huge when
right.
or your pupils are so tight because there's so much light.
Yeah, it was like staring at that light, but like the whole room you couldn't see no windows, and then it was like got pixelated like an old TV fucking screen, and then it was like foggy. I could see shit like stuff on stands, and I could hear like beep, beep.
I hated that.
And then all of a sudden, bro, like a snap of my fingers, bro. Back to normal vision. I was tied down to that damn table, and I just seen that nurse staring at me.
What was it like waking up, like being tied down?
I got scared, bro. I didn't know what the fuck was going on. I'm trying to breathe, and I got this ventilator pumping, oxygen into my lungs, and I'm tied down. I remember when they pulled that fucker out, dude, I coughed up the hugest fucking, any Newport smoker will know that's pretty nasty. Morning, I got that shit beat, bro. Yeah. It's probably like a gallon bucket of like tar and shit. Felt so good. I remember just breathing so hard, like probably sounded like a fucking donkey, you know what I mean? Yeah. But I felt so good. I was breathing as hard as I could. They're like, keep going. Then like shortly after just pass out because my lungs couldn't. And then my body's like shutting down from all that work. Mm-hmm. I tell you what, though, 3 months after being shot hurts way worse than fucking. And don't get me wrong, it hurts when it's happening, but recovering, man. Fuck, I thought I would never feel normal. I don't feel normal, but I've managed to work with like the some pain. But I mean, it was hard to breathe, bro. Yeah. I used to have like the lowest, like, I don't know what the nurses call it, but like, I thought that they were like, no, you're good. It's just your lungs and shit are muscles, and you just got shot in your lungs, and
shallow breath.
One of your lungs got like 160 BBs left in it because they couldn't. That's what they told me. There was no time to fuck around and try to fillet your lungs and pick out BBs. That shit will either reject, your body will reject it, the ones that are not embedded, and the ones that are embedded.
You naturally got rid of the rest.
There's only a few that I got rid of.
So you have 117.
I got
BBs
the X-ray. I'll show you the X-ray, and we can blow it up one day, and you can try to count as many as you can. There's at least over 100.
Do you ever feel any irritations?
No, I mean, I got some close to the skin where if like it's like kind of like a pimple. If you squeeze it, it's metal and it hurts like a bitch. What? Like even pushing it through that little light layer of skin would probably send me passed out. Because the doctor said, don't try to pop them out. I don't care how close it is to. He's like, it's gonna fucking hurt, bro. Because I remember when I had my womb vac. It was like a vacuum cleaner that like closed the chest wound because it was so big from the inside. Yeah. So every third day, the lady would come up and rip that thing out of my chest, and I'd have a hole like this big, wide open. I could see my heart beating. That's the first time I see my heart moving. Because I asked the guy, because I used to sit in the shower, and he'd be like, yo, I got to stay here to make sure you're okay while the machine's out of you. It's like my job. I have to make sure I put, so like if you want to shower, it's really good if you shower. I'll sit, and I was like, yeah, please stay in here because I might fall off the chair, but I would put a towel over my lap and shit, and he'd be like, just let the water run. And man, like the amount of blood that shit would pump out, I would get like so nauseous. But then one time I was staring at it like this, and I'm like, yo, I think his name was like Matt or Brad or something. I'm like, yo, he's like, yeah, you good, bro? I'm like, yeah, I just noticed this weird thing beating like in weird sections. What's that? He's like, oh, that's your heart, bro. I
was like, now your organs are having out-of-body experiences.
And then when they used to clean my arm wound, that was nasty, bro. They used to scrape all the shit off it so it'd be down to the bone. And one time I was like, how's it look, doc? And he's like, it looks really good, bro. I'm like, can I look at it? And he was like, yeah, good one. I'm like, no, I think I can, I got shot, bro. He grabbed me by like my leg and said, look at me. And it looked at me, and now he goes, it looks good for me. He's like, I'm a fucking doctor. I see this shit all the time. He's like, you want to look at it? I said, yeah. He goes, okay. He put a little mat down on my lap. I looked down. Bro, I see my straight raw bone, like 6 inches of it. And 6 inches is not small. That's a long, that's a decent of exposed bone. all my muscles around it in my veins, like the dark, like your blood is so dark when it's in, like it was like my veins were like exposed, but they had like see-through grip tape on them. Yeah. Like I could touch, you know what I mean? Like they were in like their protective like vein, but it was exposed where you like if you like touched it, it would maybe pop it. I looked down, I passed right out instantly. Because there was like
Doctor said it looks good to me.
Dude, the pile of like stuff he cleaned off, bro, was like this high. It was skin and shit. But it was all like red and clean. And when I woke up, he was like right there. He's like, I told you, bro. He's like, it looks good. And he's like, are you okay? He's like, can we get him some pain medicine, please?
So when you wake up in the hospital, it's just nurses and the doctors. Nobody knew where you were.
They didn't know anything about me because I had no license.
You left everything at home.
Yeah, so they were asking me like, what year is it? I'm like, fuck if I know, bro. They're like, what's your name? I'm like, I don't got one. You know, they're like, where are you at? I'm like, can you tell me? And then they were like, any number you know. And my dad doesn't even have this phone number. I was like 586-243-3117. And they asked me for it again. And I said 586-243-3117. They asked me the third time. I said, what number are you talking about? Wow. They're like, the number you just gave me. I'm like, I didn't give you guys no number. They're like, okay, poor dude, you're fucking razzled. That was my dad's number,
That was your
dude.
father's number.
Only thing I knew for months. I don't know how the fuck I remember the number, bro.
Yeah.
There's so much shit about this story. It just shows you it's like way more than like, actually, it just shows you how much good will overcome the fucked up shit.